So with rapid advancements in AI, everybody is talking about what does this mean? Is AGI, which is artificial general intelligence, coming? Because we look at ChatGPT now, and then we see how rapidly it's been improving from year to year. Then what's going to happen? Like, is eventually, uh, you know, is AGI going to happen? And if AGI happens, what are some things that we can do uh, if the computer is actually smarter and more intelligent than humans? And we have no ability to control it because it's so much smarter than people. Um, so I think that one possibility that Elon has mentioned is to use Neuralink Neuralink is a brain computer interface, like putting an embedded chip into your brain as the protection against malicious AGI or malicious artificial general intelligence. But yeah, what are your thoughts, David?
Yeah, I'm actually kind of interested in that because, like, I mean, obviously the brain interface, it makes a lot of sense. I can see it solving a lot of problems. I've heard of him talking about Neuralink in the context of like helping folks who are paralyzed, and but now with the Neuralink embedded into their brain, they could be able to like enable movement of limbs that they didn't have control over before, and so helping in that regard. So I've heard of Neuralink in that context. For me, it's actually new to hear it in the context of like this AGI scare that OpenAI has, been putting out there, and kind of like this doomers, kind of like scared of the AGI taking over the world and becoming malicious to humanity. But so I've never heard of the two Neuralink and that being like used in the same context.
Oh
So yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Tell me more about that. Like
yeah, yeah.
how do you think that those two are related?
It's very interesting because it's Elon is like he's playing like 4D chess, and like everyone only sees like the first thing. It's like, oh, why are you making a sports car for electric sports car? But in his big view of things, it's like that's how you change the world. That's how you get everyone to go electric and that kind of thing. Is that he has this master plan that goes 3 or 4 steps beyond. So in the beginning, it's like, how do you get human trials unless you're helping someone who is paralyzed to control the computer? But he doesn't want to stop there because he has an end goal for the company. And if it was just simply to control the computer, that's not going to change the entire world. Like he wants healthy people to have this chip in their brain eventually. So he had this overall view, but in order to get it passed by the FDA, or all the federal authorities, he needs to say like it's to help with paralysis. But he has an overall vision where healthy humans are using it, and he's basically mentioned before that he thinks that humans can try to attempt to fight against AGI by being part of it. So
Yeah,
he hasn't really
yeah,
expanded too much on how that would work.
yep.
Um,
Yeah, so
so
this seems like the tweet here. There's article by Inc. saying like Elon's latest vision for the future is linking human brains with computers, which is something we know about. And then someone like Twitter user said it is a counter for Skynet. And then Elon says, yeah, that is the aspiration to avoid AI becoming other.
yeah, yeah. So he affirmed it. He basically Skynet is in the movie Terminator is a AI that's smarter than humans but very very evil. So basically he's saying that's the aspiration, that meaning that that's what he wants to do. He wants to create a
Yeah,
counter for Skynet. On the surface, everything takes steps, right? You can't have a world-changing technology like out the gate overnight. And he knows
yeah,
this because he's done Tesla, he's done SpaceX, he's done all this stuff. So same thing with Neuralink. He knows that there's a first step, and the first step is you can't get human trials approved unless it's like a paralyzed people. So he knows that's it, but he knows that in the end it's going to be for human people, for people who are healthy, and but the main purpose for that is in order to fight against AGI. So when I'm trying to understand like how this fights against AGI, he didn't really expand too much. in terms of
Yeah.
how this fights against AGI. Do
Yeah.
you
So
do
I
you
don't
have
know.
any like thoughts on that or?
um, yeah, I don't have too many. Yeah, I think I'm not sure. I think what you said makes sense about him using this as like a solving that high need first to get approved for human trials, but eventually, yeah, totally. Obviously, you can see in the future this brain embedded technology is going to be useful not only for those extreme cases where people are paralyzed, but even for your average human who's fully functioning and just to enhance them even more. But I'm not. Yeah, I don't know. What are your? Do you have any thoughts on this? Of like
Yeah.
how is this going to help with
Yeah. So I
defending against
think
AGI?
there's two possibilities. One is um, if they make the chip Neuralink intricately connected with the AI, like the AI cannot interact with the world, or they're like cut off from the internet or whatever, or it's like very difficult to interact with the world other than through this interface. Then the computer, I mean, a computer has no emotion, right? So the computer might just think, hey, I have a goal. I'm trying to like save the planet or something. And they might reason like certain things that are logical, but may not be good for humankind. So it might be
Hmm.
like, hey, to humans are hurting the earth, they're polluting, they're doing different things. Okay, what's the solution? Okay, wipe them all out. It is like
Hmm.
a total like logical conclusion that they can do, but we know that that's morally wrong and that'll be horrible. But the
Hmm.
computer doesn't know that, right? So the computer
Hmm.
just like is just trying to solve a problem, right?
Hmm.
So we're trying to figure out like how can we make AI not actually harm us, but
Hmm.
if it was embedded with us, then they need us, right? So if they
Hmm.
need the human body to think and to interact with the world, then that is like the whole if you can't beat them, join them
Yeah.
argument. Because I think Elon fully believes that AI will become smarter than humans, like in his
Yeah.
lifetime. I'm
Yeah.
really sure that he believes that.
Yeah.
I'm like starting to believe it. I don't think I believe it as much as him, but I do think that AI is the rate at which it's exploding and improving. It's
Hmm.
exponential. So like
Yeah.
if Nvidia comes out with a chip that's 20 times better, it's not just like two times better. Like Moore's
Yeah.
law was like two times better, and look at how much society has changed in like 20 years, right? If
Hmm.
it's 20 times better, it's like AI is advancing so fast, way faster than Moore's law. Um, it'll be really scary in even 5 years what AI
Hmm.
is going to look like, right?
Yeah.
So I think that if we do have something that is actually smarter than us, this has never happened before, where a machine was actually more intelligent than us. Yes, a
Hmm.
calculator can do math better than us, but that's different
Hmm.
from AGI. AGI is
Hmm.
like actually reasoning about it and saying, hey, I'm going to take this calculation and I'm going to do something else. Like I'm going to
Yeah.
land a human on the moon or whatever. Like nothing can replace the human in like thinking,
Yeah.
like general critical thinking. So
Yeah.
if the computer is actually better at critical thinking than us,
Yeah.
then that's scary because we will become ants to the computer
Yeah.
and the computer will become humans in relation to us.
Yeah.
So, is there any way to, and we hope that it's good, right? But
Yeah.
then, like, what are we going to do to counter this? Like, we
Yeah.
either
That's
stop,
interesting.
yeah, right?
Yeah. And yeah, so just to kind of like sum up what you're saying, basically, you're saying that um, to prevent like AI, AGI from becoming, counter to humans, instead make sure that we create like a symbiotic like relationship where they basically can't survive without us because they need our brain.
Yeah, yeah.
They need us to be the host, basically.
It sounds silly, yeah.
Yeah. No, but I can see that. I mean, on one hand, it sounds like almost scarier that like now they can control us and we're just like a drone body for them, a host. But I can see what you're saying. I can see it being done the other way with like the right constraints that actually like, hey, they wouldn't attack us because they need us, and so it's kind of ensuring a mutually beneficial relationship.
Yeah, So I
Okay,
guess
cool.
we'll leave it at that. Yeah, that's a very
Yeah,
interesting
that's super
point. Food
interesting.
for thought.
Yeah, curious to hear what you guys who watch the video, what you guys think. Is that a better approach? Is that a scarier approach? What are your thoughts? Leave a comment if you like this video. Make sure to like and subscribe.